Hello, welcome to Wani Talk. Welcome back. Today we are looking at a heavy-duty machine designed for one critical job, pointing large diameter tubes and solid bars for cold drawings. This is an automatic 4-dice hydraulic pointing machine with 200 tons of force per die for a total of 800 tons. It handles materials from 30mm up to 160mm outside diameter, with wall thickness from 0.5mm to 10mm. And it does it all automatic. Loading, clamping, swatching, and unloading. Let's see how it works and why 4 dies are better than 2.
What is pointing, swatching? Pointing, also called swatching of reducing, is the process of decreasing the outer diameter of a tube of bar end so it can be gripped by a cold drawing carriage. The tube is fed into a set of radially moving dies that hammer or squeeze the material inward at high frequency of under hydraulic pressure. Unlike a single die press, a multi-die system reduces the diameter evenly from all sides, preventing ovality of wall thinning. Our machine uses 4 hydraulic-powered dies acting simultaneously, giving a perfectly concentric pointing end. Machine overview. 4 dies, 800 tons total. Let's break down the machine's core. You see 4 massive die holders arranged in a square of expander. Each die is driven by its own 200-ton hydraulic cylinder. When all 4 fire together, the tube end is squeezed from 4 directions with a total force of 800 tons. That is enough to reduce a 160mm stainless steel tube down to 130mm of less in a single heat, of multiple heats for deeper reduction. The hydraulic system is synchronous to ensure equal force and speed on all 4 ends, eliminating misalignment.
Material range applications. What can you point with this machine? Round tubes from 13 diameter to 160mm. Wall thickness from 0.5mm to 10mm. Solid bars of similar diameter. Materials: carbon steel, array steel, stainless steel, copper arrays, aluminum. Thick wall tubes are handled with special die profiles to prevent buckling. Typical applications: pointing tube ends for hydraulic cylinder barrels, boiler tubes, automatic shock absorber tubes, bearings, rails, and seamless pipe drawing lines. If you run a cold draw bench, this pointing machine is your frontline equipment.
Automatic loading and unloading station system. One of the biggest productivity killers is manual loading, especially with 160mm, 6-meter-long tubes weighing over 100 kilograms. So this machine is fully automatic. Here is the sequence. Step 1. A motorized magazine of conveyor brings the next tube into position. Step 2. An overhead gripper of V-roller system picks the tube and centers it axially with the die set. Step 3. The tube is pushed forward so the end enters the die opening. Step 4. Clamps hold the tube body. Step 5. The 4 hydraulic dies circle one or more straws. Step 6. The finished pointing tube is unloaded onto an exit rack. The operator only needs to reload the input magazine. Circle time per end, typically 15 to 30 seconds. Step-by-step pointing circle. Tube insertion. Die closing, all 4 moving inward. Material flow. Die reaction. Tube indexing for second heat if required. Let's walk through the actual pointing circle in more details. First, the tube end is positioned just inside the open dies. Second, the 4 hydraulic cylinders advance simultaneously. Each die travels radially inward, squeezing the material. Because the dies have a taper profile, the material is forced to reduce in diameter and elongate slightly. Third, after reaching the programmed stroke end, for example, 15 to 18 mm reduction length, the dies retract. Fourth, the tube may be indexed forward for a second of third heat to achieve a longer pointing session, up to 200 mm or more. All heats are controlled by a PLC with pressure and position feedback. The result, a smooth, concentric, crack-free point ready for cold drawing. Advantage of 4 die and 3 dies. Why 4 dies instead of 3? 3 opposite dies tend to create an oval cross-section of a dog-bone shape, flattened on 3 dies. With 4 dies spaced 19 degrees apart, the radial force is perfectly balanced. You get true circularity, critical for seamless tube drawing, uniform wall thickness, no thin spots, higher reduction per heat because material flows evenly in 4 directions, better surface finish on the pointing end. For large diameters and thick walls, 4 dies are far superior to 3. Safety maintenance. Safety first. This machine is enclosed with interlock guarding. Light curtains stop the circle if someone reaches in. Hydraulic hoses are armored. Die changing is done with lifting S. Maintenance. Check die wear after every strip. 1 dies cause poor pointing. Keep the 4 hydraulic cylinders synchronous. Use the control system's auto-turn function. Lubricate the tube before pointing. Usually not neat, but for high-area materials, a thin coating helps. With proper care, the dies last for tens of thousands of circles.
That is the 800 tons for 4 dies automatic hydraulic pointing machine. The ideal front end for any medium to large diameter cold draw line. If this helps you, hit like and subscribe. Questions or want to see your machine featured? Comment below. Thanks for watching.